It's Madden NFL 24, where we'll see a brawl inside the AFC West. It's the Raiders and the Bolts. All that and more coming up next.
Southern California has a new modern home for NFL football, and it is this place, wondrous SoFi Stadium here in Inglewood. Today we've got a fun AFC matchup on tap, as it'll be the Las Vegas Raiders taking on the LA Chargers.
Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis, thrilled to be with you from the broadcast booth. And partner, before we get this thing started, what are you going to be watching?
Who gets off to a fast start? In horse racing terms, they talk about catching a flyer out of the gate. Who sets the pace and makes the other team chase?
Set for a start, it's Dicker the kicker. Cameron Dicker with a run-up, and off we go from SoFi Stadium.
DeAndre Carter returning it.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
So here comes the Raider offense now onto the field. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
For every rookie prospect, there are always nerves involved in this moment. Running your team out to start a game. But there's a reason they brought him in. We're willing to make him their starter today. They believe he can overcome those nerves and lead his team to a victory. We saw him do it at the collegiate level and really make himself into a leader and someone you can envision doing the exact same thing here in the NFL.
On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Calling no gain on the game's first play, and it's second down now.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
And they go play action here with O'Connell.
That's going to be caught. It's Jacoby Myers. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
No score after one on EA Sports. The Raiders with the football here to begin quarter number 2. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
As they've got it as we resume action. On 1st and 10, it's O'Connell. They swing that out wide to Jacobs.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 11 more on that one, and another first down.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so, and gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
And he's got his big tight end here. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it's second down.
And once again, O'Connell back to throw. Open man, that's Renfro. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Hunter Renfro.
47 yards.
And the Raiders will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson.
And that makes it 7-zip Vegas.
5 plays there on that drive.
And it was Hunter Renfrow who capped things off with a touchdown reception.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
This taken in at the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Here are the Chargers ready to go on offense, led by their first-round pick in 2020, the man out of Oregon, Justin Herbert.
And his task in this situation is making sure this team knows that there's a sense of urgency, yet somehow still stays calm. Because your natural impulse, your first possession is not until the second quarter, is you got to attack right away. Throw something big at them right away. Yeah, you got to move the ball, but maybe be a little bit careful in doing so.
Herbert setting up to throw on first down. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that is incomplete.
And they've been kept off the scoreboard in this first half, but here toward the end, they're trying to change that in one fell swoop. But that winds up incomplete.
Second and 10.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Here's 3rd and 3.
Back to throw here, Herbert.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. Still going inside the 20.
Touchdown!
Quentin Johnston.
As the first half is winding down.
And the Chargers have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half.
After nearly 30 minutes of football, that touchdown puts us in a position where if they make the extra point, we're right back to even before we start the second half.
And for the extra point, Cameron Dicker.
It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. The drive there only spanning 3 plays.
And it was Quentin Johnston who finished that drive off with a touchdown grab.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
I love football lingo and the evolution of it all. Nickel defense makes sense, right? Five defensive
DBs.
backs. But then you go to 6. What are you going to call that? And they call it a
Double
dime. A dime, which is just very simple for them. The math doesn't add up. But I know one thing. Offenses love to run against dime defenses. Typically, the bigger guys have an advantage against the smaller defensive backs when they're blocking downfield.
Yeah, we saw that advantage right there. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash. Carlson able to put this one through, and they take the lead here now at 10-7.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away.
So we've reached halftime with the visiting Raiders out in front. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Back to you guys in a bit. But first, we welcome everyone to our EA Sports halftime report. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams. This is a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after the break.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point.
A good, tight football game thus far. 10-7 the score as we resume action on EA Sports. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The Chargers get set to go here for their second drive.
Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter three.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now, they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
2nd and 7.
Now it's Herbert.
Got an open man. It's Josh Palmer.
He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. Running on first down, Eckler. And he'll be taken down after a decent gain, and that will bring us to the end of this third quarter of play. So the scoring dried up here in the third. Nothing that quarter for either side. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood.
It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter.
2nd and 6 coming up. Herbert to throw. He's got Eckler.
Oh, nice move. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
A big play looming on third down. Herbert going to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
Now a timeout called for by the offense as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play.
Let's do our thing. Let's go. Let's go. Y'all got time. Let's go. Every day.
2 timeouts still available in this final minute. It's 1st and 10 now. Now Herbert finds Johnston.
Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
Second down, 8 yards to go. Herbert. He's got another one to Johnston. And he's going to get out of bounds with the first down. So an ideal set of circumstances there. They move the chains, and they save that final timeout.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage.
Nice solid game there, partner, but the clock is starting to become his enemy.
Absolutely. Every second right now, more and more precious as it ticks.
Here comes second down. Herbert. They'll get this out wide to Eckler.
And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. And now the timeout call. So 5 seconds left, and a field goal would send us to overtime. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to potentially send us to overtime. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to tie things up in the final minute. And his kick is good. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So with less than a minute gone by here in this 4th quarter, the field goal there gets this thing back to even.
And it's setting up for a fantastic finish, isn't it, partner? It's been a well-played game, a hard-hitting game. The fans are into it. The announcers are into it. This is going to be a great 4th quarter.
So overtime on the horizon, barring a wild finish here as the kick's away.
So 4 quarters wasn't enough, and we are off to overtime. Don't change that dime.
So the Raiders are going to get the football first here in the overtime session as we are back underway. Taken at the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23.
And now here come the Raiders.
I cannot imagine how these players and coaches feel, Charles, because my palms sweating up here in the booth now as we go to the third drive of overtime. And as we know from here on out, any points win this football game.
I'll throw you a towel as well, partner. I've got one for myself, but let's face it, our nerves, our pressure, nothing compared to what's going on that field. Both of the field goal kickers active here early. Can one of them become the hero and end this thing?
Short gain there to start overtime.
Almost a tester play, wasn't it? Wanted to see if the guys on defense were going to fit the gaps the correct way, because we're in overtime. So it's not just physical tiredness out there, right? Mentally, are you still doing what you're supposed to do? And they were up to the task on that play.
And certainly fatigue on both sides of the football. It's 3rd and 4. Big play here, trying to keep this opening drive of overtime alive.
Here's O'Connell. And that one too wide and incomplete.
The temptation to go for it probably there. Always is, especially in overtime. Got to punt it, though.
I think you're right. I think that you absolutely have to punt it away and trust your defense, especially play a little field position here. But you're so right about the temptation. Another way to satisfy that, though, line up in punt formation and fake it. That's another way to get it done.
Returnable here for Davis. An 8-yard return there after a punt of 47. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going.
Well, their defense did the job, got off the field without giving up any points, and now, Charles, all they need here is a field goal, and they get the victory.
Yeah, and this is the way I love overtime. I'm one of those really, really old school guys that like sudden death right from the beginning. Well, we've got it now because any points wins the game. On defense, get a safety, a pick six, fumble return, you can win it as well. So I'm really looking forward to this series and see how both sides play it.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd down and a yard.
Now a toss, running left, Eckler. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. One overtime, how about two? We need another. We're still even. We'll switch sides and have that second overtime in just a moment.
Man. Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Option play, and they'll give to Eckler.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Well, now hang on here because he appears to be shaken up. More from L.A. in a moment. Now a 2nd and 2. Throwing, Herbert.
He's got it. It's Spiller. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a 1st down.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 37-yard line. A shotgun snap for Herbert. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A lot of efficiency here on this drive. Heck, this may be their best drive of the game.
Yeah, if they'd moved it like this throughout the entire game, we probably wouldn't be here in overtime. But right now, what you just said was the key word, efficiency. Taking care of the ball, move it downfield, get themselves in a position to score, and win this game.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Another nice job there defensively. They've really stymied their passing attempts, and it continues in overtime.
And for them to do that, that means they've had to be cohesive on defense. Pressure in the quarterback's face, good coverage of not just the wide receivers, but the tight end, the running backs when they try and slip out, and making sure they're at the point of attack. When the ball's in the air, they get there and help force some of those incompletions.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. So the OT clock hits 0, and we're still not done. We'll switch sides and need at least one more OT to decide it after this. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Again, Herbert.
He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
So many times we've seen him try to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense, and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
Now the Raiders are going to use another timeout here. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime.
Let's go do this thing, baby. Let's roll. Let's go.
And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. This to win it in overtime. And the kick is good. And finally, this one is over. We thought it may never end. But that kick puts the exclamation mark on it.
Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. With that, we say so long from Southern California.